Welcome to Maison Journals. So this week I'm just going to do a show around of the house over the last 2 years. We bought the house unseen. I've said that in previous videos, but the main problem with this house was it's been neglected for a very long time. But on the front of the house and the back of the house, either side, so diagonally across from the front to the back, there were 2 balconies that were leaking. There was leaking through 2 floors throughout the whole of the house. Add that to the fact that no work had been done and all of the gutters were leaking and the downpipes. It caused really bad damage to all of the joists, all of the beams, all of the ceilings and all of the floors. So I'm just going to do a walkthrough of the past couple of years. Although there's no sort of dramatic decorating been done yet, that's the final bit which we're really looking forward to, and we're almost there. So although there's not drastic changes, you know, the huge amount of work has been done, as I've mentioned, also the electrics, the heating. So it's just a walkthrough of the past 2 years, and hopefully in the coming months the changes will be more drastic when they're actually sort of, we're adding furniture and decorating. But I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching. So these are the estate agents' videos that they sent over to us. This is the top floor. As previously mentioned, we was left with the whole of the contents of the house. Thought it was a good idea at the time, but most of the furniture had woodworm, so we wasn't able to keep a lot of the furniture. Lots of empty boxes. This room later becomes a bathroom, which we'll see shortly. And then this room on the left, we're going to take this wall's been taken down just to open up this area. And I think the previous owner had kept every box of anything that they'd ever bought. And work started in September 21. Fast forward a couple of years, and August 23. So the walls come down, making this area so much more lighter, brighter. The whole house has been completely rewired, so we've got downlighters in a lot of the rooms, a new central heating system. This is the main bedroom on the top floor. This has been completely replastered, rewired, new lights and new heating system. The shutters have been painted, rubbed down and painted. The windows have been, there was some broken glass. The windows have been primed, and we will paint them one final coat next spring now. I'm not sure of the wisdom of a bath in the bedroom. It was a great idea at the time, looking out through the shutters, but only time will tell. We was also hoping to put a fire in here, but the heating engineer has said that it's not permitted to have fires in bedrooms, so we won't be doing that. And then on out to the balcony that caused the huge amount of problems in the house, as it previously. So the balcony has been completely sealed and relaid and retiled. But one thing that hasn't changed is this beautiful view. And there's always a permanent pile of rubbish in the garden. Hopefully that will go soon. Again, these doors have been primed, and we will paint them finally, and the shutters next spring. So we've now, instead of 5 bedrooms on the top floor, we've now only got 4, but it does make it a lot more brighter as we go back out into the hallway. So up here there's really only redecoration now, and a lot of rubbing down. This is the bathroom. We've had a new shower installed, and the water pressure is amazing. I bought the bathroom suite online, and this sink is useless. You can fit just one hand in it. It's tiny, and all the water splashes over. So we're going to move this marble sideboard back over to where the sink is, and just put a sink inside the marble. That's a job that will be done next spring. Again, these windows have been primed. They'll be painted next year. And some of these self-seeding trees will also be coming down early next year. and just a good decoration in here. Some really nice colours, some nice rugs. We've had new Velux windows put in here. The size of them hasn't changed because we're not allowed to change the size, but they were just leaking, so we've just put new windows in. And then this room will be a dressing room. It'd be quite difficult to get the wardrobes up the stairs, so we're going to have this is a temporary wardrobe here, but this will be a dressing room. Again, these windows they've been primed, but they'll be painted next year. Really glad that we've still got the internal doors, really nice doors. Again, they'll just be sanded down and painted. And then there's one final bedroom on the top floor. So on the top floor, there's 2 bedrooms, a bathroom and a dressing room. We're going to leave the scaffolding up until next spring when we're going to paint the outside of the house, which will be quite a large job. And the final job. It looks out over to the wood store. There was some very nice wallpaper, but sadly we couldn't save it, so that is going to come off. But I will save a piece of that because it's very pretty. And then we found these drawings on the walls. We took the wallpaper off of some birds. Again, lovely fireplace, but sadly we're not allowed to have fires in the bedrooms. And just some inherited furniture and bits and pieces from the previous owner that we've kept. And we'll put that around the house once we've managed to get the decoration done, which will be next year. And then back into the hallway, we're going to kind of have this as a seating area. Once the floors are lightly sanded and treated. And that is the top floor. And back out into the hallway. And down to the second floor. So the middle floor, we was very excited that we was going to have all this lovely furniture and we wouldn't have to buy much, but pretty much every bit of the furniture had to be thrown out. It just kind of fell apart as you touched it because the woodworm was so bad. Going along here is to another one of the balconies that caused the huge problems in the house. That door's now been closed up and there's a window. And then down to the 5 bedrooms down here. Every bedroom had a sink. That's not necessary, so they've been removed. All of these ceilings have come down and they have been replastered, and most of the beams have been replaced. This is the bathroom, which was terrible, and they'd glued floor covering to the floor, and it's still, even now, very sticky and tacky. I think that happens in quite a lot in French houses. They just glue the floor covering to the floor. Again, there were some nice bits of furniture in here, the armoire, but it just could not be saved. This is another small bedroom. I think it took almost a month just to clear the contents of the house. This is another one of the bedrooms. And one of the worst rooms in the house, the bathroom. I think I went in this room just once. The smell was appalling and it was just awful. And this room here is a little office. The balcony from our bedroom leaked into this room right through, and then the two toilets next to each other, which also had to go, and then the hot water tank. And after 2 years of work, the bathroom's gone and the two toilets. We've got new flooring, new beams, new ceiling, new lights, new windows, new heating. Really pleased with the windows. The windows are beautiful. And this was really difficult room for the builder because the house just wasn't straight. It really took some time. This is a nice feature that we did keep. I'll put something quite nice in there, not quite sure what. And this is the hot water tank and all the replumbing. We've got a new hot water tank and just more organisation of the system. We will treat the original floors. We're going to leave those there fine with the same treatment of the new flooring, the new oak flooring and new lights. This is a great feature. This is a door that goes up to the top floor, but it really sort of seals it off. This room will be the very last room to do. It's our storeroom for all the paints and materials. So this will be the very last room to do. And then we can move all the stuff down to the barn that we've not used. These are the doors that seal off upstairs. That's really quite a nice feature, really nice doors. And then for the rest of this floor, really, other than all the new ceilings and all the new floors, and a new bathroom, that's the work that's been done on this floor, and it will just need to clearly be decorated. Nice fireplace. Again, the windows are primed. This is an ensuite bedroom. All the waste pipes had to be moved from one side of the house to another. So this is where they were boxed in to take them across the other side of the house. And this is now the bathroom, which has a lovely view out onto the garden when you're sitting on the toilet. Nice big bathroom with plug sockets, which is permitted in France, which is rather odd. And the same shower. And then opposite this room is just a smaller bedroom. And a nice storage cupboard in this room. And the previous owner had a large collection of maps, which we will keep. And then up the stairs to the final bedroom on this floor. So this was a doorway onto the balcony, but that's been removed and we now have a window there because it's not necessary to have that doorway there. And then onto the bedroom. Which has just really had new ceilings and new skirtings. I think that's something I haven't added, that we've replaced all of the skirtings in the house. And in here, this was one of the other balconies that were causing all the problems. This has been completely resealed, relaid, new gutterings, some new lead work as well. And this will all be painted next spring. So on this floor we have 5 bedrooms, and back down to the hallway. So the same as the top floor, this floor now really needs just to be decorated. We're kind of going to allocate 1 room a month, but we're going to finish the top floor and the ground floor and just kind of shut this floor off until we can get round to it, as the main building work has been done. So and coming down from the stairs, this is the ground floor. The stairs are just there behind the door. Going into one of the hallways, this wall on the right has now come down, and that door. Going through into the kitchen, this wall on the left has now come down. The ceilings have all been replaced, the joists have been replaced, electrics. The kitchen was incredibly grim and smelt really bad of damp. This is the room on the other side of the kitchen wall that came down. This was a dining room. Again, all this furniture has been thrown out because of the woodworm. Back into the hallway and into the lounge winter salon. This floor was very bad. It was sinking because the joists underneath were inadequate, basically. So that's been completely relayed. There was a balcony here that had leaked into this room, really making it, it's impossible to use. It was kind of ruined, really, through all the damp from the terrace and the leaking gutterings. So from this room into the couloir, the corridor, utility room, a macerating toilet on the left, behind a shower curtain, lots and lots of things from the previous owner, and the cellar. Work began in September 21. It went on for 18 months due to various problems, supplies. All of the ceilings came down. We just we had some dehumidifiers to try and get the house to dry out while sealing the balconies. So coming down the stairs into it's been a long 2 years, but fast forward to August 2023. New windows and doors have been installed. So this is one end of the hallway to the next. The floor has remained intact, amazingly. It's been covered. This is the first time we've uncovered it. So they've done a really good job of protecting the floor. This cupboard is in the hallway. I really like this cupboard. There was a mice nest in the bottom of it. That's now gone. It's been completely treated, but just a really nice feature of the house with the cremones, and it will be a really nice thing to fill up. Again, these just need to be treated, rubbed down and painted. And into the winter salon lounge. This is the room where the floor was sinking, so it's been completely relaid. This was it previously. This was a door into the garden, but we didn't need two doors going into the garden next to each other, so that's been changed over to a window. New ceiling, new lights. I did kind of want a chandelier in here, but we've lost height. The floor had to be raised, the ceiling had to be lowered, so we really was quite limited in what light we could have in here. Shutters are done on this floor. We've had to build steps up because of the change in the floor level and the height. So from a builder's point of view, this is all done now. We just need to decorate. And this room is where we had the leaking terrace above. It's been completely redone. This will be a gym. There was a window here, but again we blocked it up. The windows were complete. This is a previous picture coming away from the actual, from the balcony. This room actually, it still needs to be replastered. That's going to be done in the next couple of weeks. This will be replastered. But it's a very nice large room. Going through to the couloir, where the macerating toilet has now gone. This is just the final supplies of the builder. That's going to be going in the next couple of weeks. New electrics. This is plumbing for the washing machines and dishwashers, which will go there. We've kept an original sink here. It's just quite a nice thing to keep. You can wash the dogs in there. Just got some taps to go on. And along here, just a little bit more plastering, and that will be done. This is a really nice, another original cupboard. No woodworm. It's a really nice cupboard to have. Great for storage. I think I'm trying to open this cupboard. I couldn't get it open, but it is a great cupboard. And will look beautiful once it's painted. All of these cupboards in the hallway are going to be painted the same colour as the kitchen, in the little green red, just so it flows nicely through. And there was a wall here, but that has now come down. The wall's just here. And that's through to the kitchen and down to the cellar. We have this is going to be plastered down here, and we've ordered a door to go on the cellar with a vent, so there's still ventilation through the cellar and under the building. New lights in the hallway. New front door, which just needs to be painted. The same colour as the shutters, but that will now be next year in the spring. Really nice hallway from front to back. And then into the kitchen. This is the wall that's come down. This is our source of heating. It's a wood burner stove, so it will fire all our radiators. We had a carpenter make this for us. We don't want any other fitted items. Everything else will be freestanding. And this is the kitchen before. We inherited the oven, which we're going to keep for a while from the previous owner. It's a little bit dark here. The shutters are closed on that door, but it's very bright now, and we are incredibly happy with the kitchen. It's really cosy. It's exactly what we wanted, and once it's painted with all of our things in from the UK, it will be really nice. We're really happy with this, and it goes straight through to the dining room. That door is for the bathroom door on the top floor. There's a little bit more skimming in this room to do, and a little bit of skimming in the hallway. That is the cooker hood, the 90cm cooker hood that goes above the cooker that still needs to be mounted. So this is the dining room and kitchen. And then we go through to the hallway, and beyond that is the winter salon. And that's the hall, back in the hallway. We inherited this stove. We've got nowhere to put it, but we are going to be keeping it because it is just such a nice thing to keep. So that's the stairs upstairs in the middle of the hallway. And then back through with the kitchen on the left. And I've not been able to think about decorating for 2 years, but this, I can now do that. This is the wallpaper tally-ho that's going in the hallway, Hunting Theme Lodge, and all the woodwork is going to be little green red.